this is my old H&R Sportsman. This is the pre-999. This is the one, they've got the bigger grip, and they don't have the rib barrel like the 999 does. But what I like about this gun, it's a big, massive gun. For a 22, it's a 9-shot revolver. Very accurate gun. And part of it is you got a good hand grip on it. I carried this thing for a long time. When I was running trap line, I carried this with shorts in it because, you could shoot anything in it. A nice gun, and I think when I bought it, I paid like $25 or $30 for it. This stuff used to be cheap. It's seen better days, but it's still a good old gun and pretty damn accurate for a 22. The most accurate 22 pistol I had dealt with until I ran across this Walther built Colt 22. That's an accurate gun. But like I say, that's got a big grip on it. I like that. Now, this is my dad's old 38. Now, this has really seen better days, but this has got that pitiful little grip. Very hard to hit accurately with this gun. It can be done, but very hard. You can't get a decent grip on it. Not a gun I use a lot, but was passed down to me, so I keep it. But this little Colt, the thing about it is now you've got the grip size and the heft of a 1911, which is hard to beat. And you can get all your fingers on it, like you should be able to. But this is a really accurate 22. Just a really sweet working little gun. But, part of it is it's got the heft. It's got a decent grip. Because the heft is almost identical to my Springfield. I like this gun. For a 22, this is a really nice gun. When I talk about grip size, some of them are short. Now, this is the Zastava version of the Tokarev. And when they made these, the original Tokarev had a shorter grip on it. So there again, you don't have room for your hand. Now these, they've made a longer grip, and there's one extra round. This works well. The grip angle is different from a 45, which kind of screws the guy up, but nice little gun. Terrifically fast. I better not lose all my brass. Though I'm shooting in a spot where I think I can find it again. But that's a nice gun with a decent grip to it. It's just that you do have to adjust to that grip angle because it is quite a little different. From a 45, it's more straight down. But good heft, and a good grip. That's the one thing about my Nagant. That's similar to this 38, and it's got that smaller grip, but it is longer. It's long enough that you can get all your fingers on there comfortably. So that's usable. And there's another thing. I see people who they have guns that their hands don't fit properly on the grip. And they make this two-handed death grip on her, and then let drive it. Every time they shoot, they got to squiggle, 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 and get back to the right grip again. Well, you shouldn't have to squiggle all the time. The grip should fit. kind of raining, so I better at least get this out of the rain. You know, usually where you run into that problem is with the smaller guns, where they have the grip too short. Now this is a Makarov. Now they've got a grip big enough that, you know, because a lot of them they'll put short end grip, then you get the extended magazine. Well, then you lose the convenience of the compact size because you add an extra for the magazine. This you can get 3 fingers on it. These are a nice gun. Really, about as small as I want to go. But they have all the features of every modern gun you come across. They've got the decocker, like everybody brags about on some of the newer guns. Just a really sweet little gun. You know, if I was gonna carry for protection kind of thing, this would probably be the gun I'd carry. It's compact. It's got a little heft because there's no polymer in this baby, but it's a good compact gun with, you know, like you see everybody now going with, you know, compact 380s. Well, this is actually got more snap than a 380, and it's just as compact or as compact as I want to be. Get rained on badly here. One thing I was going to bring up when I talk about the size of the grip, well, the size of the gun is different too. Now, I was watching 303 Canadiana had bought himself a 39A. Now, this is a 39AS because this has got the safety on it. But these are just a really sweet gun. You know, it's a 22, but boy, they don't come any nicer than this. You know, just really well built and just a terrific design. And just accurate as all get out. You know, they're just a really nice gun. But now, the funny part is, you know, it's just a 22. So people think, you know, it doesn't weigh that much. I had a comment from somebody the one day saying, how can you lug that heavy 45-70 around? You know, isn't that awkward to carry that heavy gun? The truth is, this 45-70 is lighter than this 39A. Considerably lighter. Part of the reason. You know, these Marlins, this has got a tapered barrel. It's a long barrel, but it's tapered. Now, if you look on the end, it's very thin down on the end. Now, you look at a 22, they're big. This gun is actually really light. Considering what it is, it's surprisingly light. It's like 2 pounds less than what a Mosin weighs. That's a good gun. But it's deceptive in that you look at it and you think, it's got to be heavy. It isn't heavy. But weight can be deceptive that way, and it depends on how the weight is balanced in a gun too. Because I know, you know, like some of my guns, like that Thompson, you would never believe how heavy that Thompson is. You know, it doesn't look like it's that big a gun, but it is a heavy gun. The same with that 351. Short little gun, but heavy. But it can be deceptive. Because like I say, Mosin is heavy, and it feels heavy, and it feels clumsy when you're out in the brush. But now you look at that M96 Swede, just as long, and that gun doesn't feel clumsy. And that gun is heavier than what a Mosin is. So it can be deceptive. But that's where, you know, I like a lot of barrel. Not too much barrel, but like this Marlin, it makes that, you know, even barrel-wise, you know, this M39 or this 39A is, you know, 2-3 inches shorter. but weighs more than a 45-70. It's surprising, but it is something that different guns, you perceive the weight differently. I know I was surprised when I had my cousins. He had a 9130 that had been shortened, like maybe by 6 inches, sporterized. But the thing felt altogether different from regular 9130. Felt much more maneuverable, and it isn't like there's that much weight up there, but it just, the perception was different. And I think it changes the balance point on it. That's why I like my Marlin's got the right balance point. But like when I see people going, this is, like I say, a nice gun. But when you get short little revolver, short little stubby little grip, I don't know how you can ever hit anything with them. Have to be damn close. I like a little size. It matters.